Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining me for another Joe Lok Style Tai Chi and Qigong class. We're going to start today with a little bit of sinus work, and this is very useful to wake the system up. So it's ideal for the beginning of a Tai Chi class, or if you are waking up and you want a little refresh, if you're finding it difficult to get out of bed, which guilty at the moment, I'm struggling to get out of bed a little bit. I'm fine once I'm up, but that first push can be a little difficult. This exercise or series of movements is great for resetting your body clock. So if you are jetting around the world and exposing yourself to different time zones, this is great for resetting your circadian rhythm. So basically you do it on your first morning of your new time, or if you want to wake up at a different time, the first time you wake up at that time, you have a drink, go to the loo, do all your ablutions, and then do this practice. And it will help to reset your body clock. But on top of that, it will help with any sinus issues, any blockages, sinusitis. If you have hay fever, it will help to clear the decks. Very useful for reducing inflammation in the whole sinus cavity area and generally helping you feel fresh and able to do your thing. Now, of course, if you have sinus issues, if you're taking allergic reactions, say to pollen or mold, you want to try and get away from them. And you can also do things like taking Vaseline and rubbing it around your nose and mouth, just so that it's catching any particles as you breathe before they actually enter your system. But this will also help. I recommend you make sure that your face and your hands are warm before you get started. So we're just going to do a few minutes of this. We rub our hands vigorously together, like you're going goody, 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 goody. It energizes your hands and motivates your energy to flow. And then we start at the chin and we work up the center of the face and down round the outside. And we do that 3 to 9 times. If you're in a situation where you feel you can't safely touch your hands, or if you feel that it's just not appropriate, maybe you're wearing makeup but you don't want to wreck your makeup, you could do like an air wash of your face. You can try that now just so that you can feel it. And even that, because you're an energetic being and your energy extends beyond your hands and your face, you will still influence the flow of energy even without touching. So it's nice to know you have that alternative. Next, we rub again, and we're going to start at the chin. We do the same thing, but this time we come over the scalp, behind the ears and down the neck. And that is aiding the flow of lymph, the fluid that is your waste disposal system. It's helping it flow into the main drain. And again, you can do this 3 to 9 times, and you'll even notice this has a slightly face lifting effect. It will help your face seem brighter and more toned. It's something that I noticed when I was doing the natural facelift massage, which is a massage designed to make you feel like you've had a facelift, that we're always encouraged to brush upwards across the face because it lifts the tissue and stops it sagging. So there you go. And you see, I can see a difference actually. It does help to brighten and give everything a little perk. But that's a side effect. That's a sort of secondary benefit. Let's rub again. And now we're going to look at specific pressure points. So we're going to look either side of the widest point of the nose. We take 2 fingers, take the middle fingers away. So we're getting in there to just underneath the upper jaw, the cheekbones, and you'll feel a dip into the tissue. So just where the upper teeth meet the jawbone there, and change direction. So the gum line, I suppose, the top of the gums, and you'll feel it could be actually quite tender. So you circle in both directions. That's the Chinese traditional medicine way. I will share a little video with you I came across last night doing these as well as other exercises. So now we're going to go to Jingming, which is here. It's just above the bridge of the nose. You can always rub your hands in between each time. Normally I would just pinch, but I'll do it this way so that you can see. And again, you rub one way and then the other. And honestly, in other massage that I have done, we tend to just do it the down and out way, because it's like you are squeezing toothpaste. So any little bits of blocked gunk in there will start to flow. But the Chinese traditional medicine way is to do it in both directions. And this is yin and yang. It tonifies and it releases. So play with it to your heart's content. You won't do yourself any damage either way. So let's go now to the inner edge, inside edge of the beginning of your eyebrows. And again, the Chinese way, we circle one way and then we circle the other. And I certainly knows, because I'm a bit sinusy today, that the inwards and downwards direction has a more shifting effect. It cleanses. Again, it's like you're squeezing toothpaste. You know those refills? I don't know if you've tried them. I would highly recommend them. You know, a refill for your liquid soap or your shower gel. Rather than buying the one-use plastic bottles, you can use these plastic bags with a wee nozzle at the top, and it's 70% less plastic. Well, if you're anything like me, I want to use every last particle of soap, and so when it's finished, I'm kind of squeezing it and pushing it and trying to encourage it towards the exit, and I'll actually cut off the plastic nozzle and squeeze it out, and it's a bit like that. That's what we're doing when we use sinus work. We're kind of squeezing the gunk out of the cavities. So now we're going to pinch the eyebrows, pinch the brow bone itself, and gently squeeze and press in and release. Pinch, squeeze in and release. Pinch, squeeze in. 3 times is enough, and then go to the mid eyebrows, so the center of your eyebrows, and do the same thing. So pinch, squeeze and release, pinch, squeeze and release. Excellent. And rub again. Now, it's really important to keep your fluids up when you do any lymph work or sinus work, which is part of the lymph system. Next, we go on to the temples. You can use the pads of your fingers. I use the heels of my hands and gently manipulate the flesh over the bone. So we're making lovely faces at each other. Don't worry about that. Just get the flesh gently moving over the bone, one way and then the other. And again, I find that one way is nicer than the other. For me, again, it's in and down. But the Chinese way, you do both. Yin and yang. Good. Okay, so let's rub again. Now a more general body boost. We're going to pinch the ears. And we pinch the inside, the outside, all the way around. Every little nook and cranny that you can find, get in there and stimulate it in every direction that you can. So we really want a very thorough 3D little massage right the way in. You're not going into the ear canal really, but as far as you can, comfortably and safely, and get your fingers into the little cup at the base of your ear and press down and press around again in 3 dimensions around the cup, and give the ears a bit of a pull. Now this isn't just sinus, this actually stimulates your entire body. You can do a little twisting action as well. It stimulates your entire body with the use of ear reflexology. So you actually have meridians, energetic lines that connect in your ears, just as we have in our hands and our feet, that stimulate the whole body, all of the organs, all of the body parts. So when you massage your ears, you massage your entire system. Very useful for when you're ill and you don't have the stamina to get up and exercise. It's better than nothing. Actually, it's a lot better than nothing. But if you can exercise, do that too, okay? Let's rub behind the ears. So that little fleshy pad behind the ears, if you wanted to, you could come 1 finger in front, 1 finger behind, which influences the jaw as well. Gosh, and I do notice that makes me swallow. I can feel the gunk going away. Good. All right, rub again. Now we go behind the neck. So we're going to grab hold at the back of the neck. And if I turn, don't want to do a Sharon Stone. Let's see, if I turn, you can see we're grabbing hold of a structure called the ligament nuchae. So that big ligament that goes up either side of the back of the neck. We want to grab hold of it and drop the elbow and just gently but firmly draw it towards the spine and release. And then we do the same on the other side. We grab hold, drop the elbow and draw it across. Good. And again, grab and draw it across. Now the ligament nuchae, when it's tense, it can actually impede the function of pretty much your entire head, neck and shoulders. So it can cause eye problems, or not cause, but exacerbate or be influenced and become tight by eye problems. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, jaw, you name it, neck, shoulders. You can release and aid proper function of all of these structures just by relaxing the ligament nuchae. So just taking hold. And if you find that there's a particular level, so you could do a little bit of shuggling. If there's a particular level that's tight, you can actually focus more at that level. And sometimes even the ligament will do a little pop under your fingers as it releases. So very, very useful to do a wee bit of work there. Okay, so next we're going to finish this sequence. Do you know what? I left one out. So, sorry, I tend to leave one out. Let's rub our hands again. We're going a little bit out of sequence, but we'll do it anyway. So we're going to get the fingers into the hairline and just give your head a bit of a shampoo. It is a dry shampoo. So we are moving the flesh over the bone. So I'm not just rubbing my hair like that. I'm getting in there and moving the scalp. This is very, very good for any kind of sinus issue, if anything is kind of stuck there. And what we can do also, just another nice little one, rub again and just take hold of your scalp. And it's like you're fixing your wig or fixing your hat. Do you see what I mean? So I'm moving the scalp over the skull, and you can reposition your hands just like you had a very stubborn wig that you were trying to get into position, and just grab hold of it and move it around. Very, very useful. Could be very useful for the likes of sinus headaches. All of these movements are very good for sinus headaches. And we can finish off the head bit with just a little bit of pitter-patter. And I think that's as much just a comforting move as anything else. Good, okay. And you can do pitter-patters over your face itself. Again, as long as you're comfortable to touch your face, as long as you have clean hands and face, you can do this. Excellent. Now we finish the washing without water sequence down at the kidneys. So your kidneys are part of your lymphatic system in a way, because the lymphatic system is a liquid disposal system. And of course the kidneys deal with filtering out liquid. So the lymph system is mostly dealing with liquid fat, but it's also helping to just get rid of anything that can be liquid, dissolved in liquid or carried away in liquid. So our kidneys help to filter out what shouldn't be there and get rid of it in the form of urine before sending the nice clean water back into the system. So it makes some sense that at the end of a lymphatic drainage movement, like the lymph system for sinuses, then we finish. I'm almost making sense. Like the sequence for sinuses, then we finish by looking at the kidneys. But that's from the sort of Western mentality. But from the Eastern mentality, it's just good to look after your kidneys because they're your physical battery pack. So yes, they filter the fluid in our system, but they also store a lot of energy. And so we just want to keep them happy and keep them working away at storing energy. So by stimulating them, we're encouraging more energy to go into them and also encouraging them to be readily available to release a little bit of energy when we need it. So if you're tired a lot of the time, and guilty at the moment, I have been a little bit tired recently, working on your kidneys, helping your kidneys will absolutely help with general energy levels and balance. So let's rub hands together and we go to the waist and we just hold the kidneys, breathe and relax, and give your kidneys a good rub. Now, if you are tired and you're not sure why, you probably don't realise how active your lifestyle is. My lifestyle is incredibly active. I basically drive and teach, drive and teach, drive and teach all day, and then I drive home to my husband on the other end of the country and then come back and do it all again. But if you are very tired for no apparent reason, it's always good to have a wee look at it. I know it's really difficult to see your doctor these days, so my instinct would be to go and see an acupuncturist or a naturopath. But you know, it's good to check in with a doctor if something just doesn't feel right, and rather than just putting up with it until a point of becoming very unwell. Often it's something easy and easily fixed, but do check in with someone. And even if you do go to a naturopath, if they feel okay, maybe there's something going on here, they often will, as I do as a therapist, I'll say, okay, I think you need to go and see a doctor about this. So allopathic medicine, that's our modern Western medicine, and complementary medicine don't necessarily have to be at each other's throats. We can help each other. We can use yin and yang to our advantage and look after our health in every way. But doing Tai Chi will keep you healthy a lot, will certainly help things along. So now we've done our sinus work, let's jump in and look at our Joe Lok work, which I must say I love from the point of view of health and just enjoyable practice. This is pretty darn good. I love all my Tai Chi. They're all like my, I was going to say like my babies, but they're more like my grandparents. They're looking after me. Yeah, this work is very, very potent at helping restore and, safeguard our well-being. So we'll go through 7 stars, Phoenix, and Immortals. Are we ready? Start with Wuji, heels together, toes apart a little bit. Float up, chin slightly down and back, and calming down. Listening behind. Let's lengthen the fingers down, open the stance, fix the feet parallel, and relax to center. Need to be centered, there we go. All right. Find all 10 fingers, and we begin. Movement 2. With change of direction. And at the higher level, make sure you have a roundness in your arms. You're expanding, but you're expanding in all directions, not just forwards. Fill and squash. And let's change direction. Good. And now we come to movement 3, our lymphatic sequence within the form. Gather breath. Eyebrow corners down the face. And open. Point into the body. Connect with your energetic system. Feel up your back, around the waist. Relax to center. Check posture. Relax to center. Give yourself that mindfulness moment of listening, feeling, letting go. And again. Listening, feeling, letting go. One more time. Great, well done. Now we go on to our little centering move to bring us into 4 directions. Good, we turn our feet to the southeast and we do our little climb, turning the waist. Choo-choo training the arms up the back. You're feeling up your back at the level of your hands. It's very soft, it's not forced. Release with each little climb up, feeling into your spine. This is the dragon. It's very useful, it's almost analytical. You can really feel what's happening in each and every layer of your spine. Check. Make sure your head position is good. The chin is down and back. So lots of space for those little neck vertebrae. And let's step Flip the toes, flip the hands, under, along. For the tiger, relax. Now the phoenix to the south. Very clever. We always think of south as hot, don't we? And coming back. And now the snake. We flip the toes, turn the waist, right hand coming forwards, left down and back, and push your hands away from your body. With equal force, I want to see that back hand extending. Release and lasso and change. Now, if you've recently had an operation on any part, this exercise is quite thorough, so quite powerful. So gently does it. You'll feel stretching in your body, even in your hands. So go gently. Release, back to center. And now the turtle. The width of your stance dictates the width of your arms. Fill your back, chin down and back, lengthen the top of the head, stretch, filling your back, filling your arms, and release. And now we move on to, now we move on to our elements. Gold to begin. So we step through, roll back, float up, step through. That was gold. Now we have water. Block, step back and pierce. Block, step back and pierce. Let's go forwards with water. Block, turn out and step. Block, turn out and step. And let's go back. So a nice one for the kidneys and bladder. Block, step back and pierce. Now the choo-choo train again. Half step, stretch. Big step. Half step, stretch. Good. Moving on to fire. Turn in. Step right. Block in front of heart. Half step, stretch. Down you go. Step. Block. Half step, stretch. Down you go. Block. Step. And turn and scoop. And scoop. Nice one for earth. Let's come in. Movement 6. We step, scoop, 2, 3, 4. Swing the arms down, turn on the heel, step through, and open. Back the way you came, arm up, step back, swing, arms up, step through, and open. Keep turning in that direction, step through, cross the arms, circle, cross, circle, cross. Now with steps, step across, step, and back. The arms always cross over the front leg. Let's turn, cross, step, come across, step, come across. Let's go back, across the front leg, across the front leg, return to center, take a breath, and relax down. Now we have our 7 stars in rotations. If you need to, you can adjust your stance. We want to be at the back of our space. Okay, I'm trying to let you see the feet. Oh, okay. All right. So, lengthening up, relaxing down, and scoop. Right hand under, left hand on top. There's your bowl. Turn the bowl, push the heel out. Left hand swings up to reach towards the center of the circle and release. Good. Now I need more space, so now you've seen the feet. We do 8 steps round, starting with the right foot. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn in, hug ball, release. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and close. Take a breath. Relaxing to center. Point to the floor. And you can do a little heel tap to finish. Jolly good. Well done. So that's our 7 stars in rotations. Now let's move on to our Phoenix. We'll do the Phoenix on both sides. So we'll just see. I'm not sure if we'll get through everything. If you're happy enough, we might go a couple of minutes over if needed and do everything. So let's do the Phoenix on both sides, and if we can, then we'll finish with our Immortals crossing the sea form. Okay, so let's start with our Phoenix. I might slightly turn the screen down just in that, so I can be closer to you. Okay, so Phoenix in graceful clouds of blessing. Ready? Heels together, toes apart. We lengthen up and relax down. Ready, start. And from here, you might need to take more space. We'll go straight into the second side. Left hand under, right open, stretch, right foot leads. This is your second side. Closing left. Well done. Not only did we do both sides, but we still have time within our class remit to do the Immortals crossing the sea. Isn't that good? Yay! Okay, and I don't think we were rushing it, were we? So let's have a look at the Immortals. Today, really, we're just going through the syllabus and reminding ourselves, having done a few weeks of Chen style, having had a week off because I was tired, sorry about that. So let's have a go at our Immortals crossing the sea. Are we ready? Okay. So if you just want to stand for a wee moment in Wuji, excuse me, I love those. Thank you. Okay. So take a moment and calm. Ready? Start. turn to the back, pluck, step to the side left, turn left, pluck left, open right, feed the weight back, pluck right. Very good, everyone. Well done. Now, my instinct, though we have been doing all three, which I think is fun, it gives us variety within a class, which is really nice. It's like one big long form split between the three forms. I think it would be very nice in 3 consecutive weeks to do 1 week where we just look at 7 stars and do it again and again. 1 week where we just look at Phoenix and do it again and again, and 1 week where we just look at the Immortals and do it again and again. Now, actually we could put both concepts together and use the first half of the class warm up basically by going through all three. Now this would be a mega intense practice, I think. So we could do all three as warm-up and then just focus on one of the three for the rest of the class. But if we were all into that commitment to just focus, what we could do is just do one. Just do one of each week. Have a wee think about it and let me know what you think in WhatsApp group, or in the comments, if you like. On YouTube, but the essence of Tai Chi, it is Kung Fu, and really Kung Fu is all about just chip away at one aspect at a time, and therefore it's like polishing a diamond. So if you do a bit of everything, you get a nice overview, you get a nice little bit of polish on everything. But imagine a diamond, it takes a bit of polish. If you only ever give everything a little bit of polish, then nothing actually will ever properly shine. So the way to really get good, or, dig your teeth in deep and drink deep of the well that is all of this yummy health stuff, it is to really focus on one aspect at a time. Even in Kung Fu, really, it wouldn't even be one form, it would be one move of one form that you would just do for an entire hour. And think nothing of that in Kung Fu, to just do one movement for an hour, just to get it good. So have a wee think about it and see what you think. I would like to do that. Obviously, it is like stepping stones, isn't it? That the 7 star is your basics, but it'll take you all the way through. Your Phoenix is a sort of intermediate level, but it'll take you all the way through. And the Immortals it's more advanced, isn't it? But it will also take you all the way through. And all of them require a lot of diligence at their own level in order to get you where they can potentially bring you. They are a vehicle for your development. So if we only just dip into them, like we did today, it was good to revise, to remind our body memory. But again, we only get a bit of a veneer of the benefits that we could get if we took a deep dive into each one in turn. So let's finish, please, with a little bit of Chinese drum, nice and gentle. Just relax and breathe. nice and calm. Good, and let's go to each body part in turn, give it a wee bit of attention. Again, if you've just had surgery, you might want to think twice about thumping. I know the Shaolin way is really go for it, but we're actually doing the Taoist way, which is more gentle at the moment. Good. Good. And a wee shake out. And let's do our little Bai Bing Xiao, 100 ailments go away. I like this version, it's the Spring Forest Qigong version, but you could just as well just leave your arms down and bounce. This is the fascia hop. Well, that's what the Westerners have called it. We call it 100 ailments go away. Very, very useful for giving you a spring in your step. Practicing this tonifies your fascia, makes it more elastic again, and rest. So if you're finding that you're just kind of heavy-footed and not feeling any bounce, any spring, doing the 100 ailments go away every day, even just 7 heel taps every day, 100 ailments go away, you'll find that the spring returns to your step. So folks, thank you so much for joining me today, and for those who couldn't be here for whatever reason, I hope you get a chance to watch the video and play with it. Folks, use it to your heart's content. Remember, you can even just a section, you can play it and you can rewind. The joys of modern technology. Folks, thank you so much. Let's take right hand in fist, left hand straight, together, and press forwards. Thank you, wishing you good health, and I'll see you next time.